Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk about my little DIY front splitter. So as you know, or might have known, I had a Kerscher carbon fiber splitter, and I just got tired of scraping on it. But I said, you know what, I still kind of like to have a splitter, but I'll get a cheaper one or I'll make one. So what I did is I bought some ABS 1/4" plastic sheeting, and I actually used the Kerscher splitter as my template to cut along the lines, and I use a jigsaw. So what I had is my little cheap Craftsman variable speed saber saw and a fine tooth blade. And that blade, you gotta be careful, it heats up a lot, that I actually melt the ABS. Then I use my trusty old heat gun from Harbor Freight, so it's definitely a budget DIY. And I ended up heating this part. On the Golf R, the GTI is a little bit different. GTI's got a flat spot, I believe, so you can go nice and straight. But the Golfs, they have this indentation you can see that comes out from the outer part and it goes in. So what I did is I heated this up. I made a couple marks, straight lines here after I made my my template, and I ended up just heating it and giving this little S bend, so that way I can go ahead and screw it in. It's screwed in by the OEM spot on the end over here, on each end, so I could hold it and kind of work with it, get an idea how much I had to do it, you know, bending and stuff. And you can see it's not too much of a bend, but it's enough, so that way it'll get flush up here on the top. So there's a little bit of a gap because it's hitting this spot, but I'm just going to still screw it down. I think that's enough. I'm just going to put a screw on that spot there as a critical spot. Probably slap some double tape way in the back here, and then a couple more screws so I'm not screwing on everything, because the Kerscher spot already had holes. And the reason why I'm not using the same Kerscher holes is because it's just a pain in the butt to take off again. When I took out that Kerscher, I had to, you know, get in there pretty deep to get those nuts and bolts out. So it's just easier just to use big screws and maybe a big washer to just hold the bottom. It should be good enough on that, or strong enough. So that is my DIY splitter that I use. Materials, I actually split it with another friend that had it cut 4x8, and I think I spent around 60 bucks on plastic. I actually was doing a side rail, but unfortunately it was cut too short, so I can't do any side extensions or whatever you want to call it on this, or I would have done it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.